Deadman mode, seasonal. You heard it right, guys, and you can see clearly I am going to be partaking in this seasonal Deadman mode. I'm very happy with all of the changes that they have implemented into the game to make it a lot funner and long lasting, hopefully, for the future. Now, this season, hands down, the beginning for me, the best I've ever participated in. I don't even know why or how it kind of happens, but I just went in with a mentality, everybody has to die. I'm showing no fear or mercy to anybody, especially to those that are skulled and those who attack me. And as you can see, I've only just left the Barbarian Security Stronghold, and I've already killed 2 people. This is the 3rd kill that I managed to get. So at this point, I was pretty strong, had a little bit of an advantage on other people because I had the combat stats, and of course, I already had runes. To be quite honest with you, I didn't have a plan or a strategy going into this. However, I did know that I was planning on making my way over to the Mage Bank, which is debatably a risky move to do because everybody knows that all of the clans go there at the very beginning. However, I was lucky enough to find people before I got into the Mage Bank. As you can see, I picked up another kill on the way, and then once I was inside, it was basically my swamp. Now, the best thing about it was that I just looted myself some Chaos runes and fire runes, so believe it or not, I was incredibly powerful. 20 magic, literally 5 minutes after the worlds opened up. I had complete dominance and control of the Mage Bank, which meant that anybody that steps foot inside of this place is gonna die. And as you can see, these 2 people were a team, they were together, and I just so easily took them out of the game with absolutely no trouble at all. 5 keys off the bat. Less than 10 minutes in. God damn, what an absolutely amazing start. And to top it off, we even got some lore runes. After that, I decided that there wasn't too much I could do in terms of having the skull. I couldn't tele anywhere, and I thought I may as well venture out into the wilderness and see if I can find a spot to train, which is exactly what I did. I started off by killing the ice warriors, getting my HP up, and also getting some magic levels in the process. Eventually, I decided I wanted to train on something with a little bit of a better drop table, so I actually headed down to the Anakus, which have a very good chance to drop in some bloods and deaths. Obviously, my mage level was around about 30 to 40 at the time, so having those death runes was definitely an edge on the competition. I ended up finishing up with getting 42 mage, and believe it or not, this is probably 30, maybe 40 minutes into the tournament. I actually think at one point I was #1 ranked mage, and I think it was by like 5 or 6 levels or so, which is insane. So at this point I was actually heading to Varrock to buy myself a Staff of Fire, and I just happened to find a guy that was killing level 3s in Lumbridge who was skulled and actually had a Staff of Fire, so I thought, fuck it, I'm gonna save some GP, I'll just take his instead, which actually ended up giving me a fair few runes and pushing me more and more forward. Now, as you can tell, at this point, I was incredibly ahead. I basically just 2-hitted a level 23, which at this point wasn't a low level whatsoever, so it was quite apparent that I was pretty damn powerful. However, my rampage did come to a bit of an end. I did end up getting slightly greedy. I regret this slightly, although it didn't matter too much in the long run, but I did end up losing a lot of runes, which would have been helpful lifting my mage level up. In fact, I probably could have got around about 55 with those runes. So for the rebuild, I thought it would be a good idea to kill some black dragons in the wilderness. I did initially come here to get the steel plate bodies, but I couldn't actually find a world with any, and I don't know if that's because Jagex removed them temporarily at the start, or whether it was just so heavily camped every single world was taken. But I did manage to find this guy, and goddamn, he did supply my runes yet again. Now, I really liked this way of training because I actually ended up killing the greater demons, which gives you a chance at the rune full helm, but it also meant I could kill people while I was there, and then I could also sell the plate bodies for guaranteed cash at the end of every trip. I don't know what it is about me, but for whatever reason, I always like going to the wilderness in Deadman mode, which is silly really, because you can actually PK anywhere in game, but I always find that there's neat little nifty ways to make money, and also to train without being bothered. So as you saw, I did get 60 mage on the fire giants. Unfortunately, I didn't manage to get a rune skimmy, which would have been between 60 to 90k at the time. Unlocking the Zamorak staff, which means now all we need to do is get 100 charges to be able to use the flames outside the arena. While I was at the Mage Bank, I managed to spot some red dots over by the Fugs, and I really wasn't expecting to find this guy, but he had himself a Dragon Dagger and a Mithril Plate Body. Now, believe it or not, at the time, those two items were worth a hell of a lot of money, and I'll let you see what happened. No! He logged on 10 health! Oh my god! I'm so fucking mad right now. Very unfortunate and incredibly tilting at the time. And believe it or not, I was actually doing the stairs on my own solo, trying to kill him for like a good 10 minutes. So considering that, I feel like we did pretty well getting him down to only 10 health. After that, I decided I would get myself 43 prey, and then I finally had the cash to get myself 100 charges inside the arena, unlocking the Zamorak Flames everywhere else. So as you guys saw, I did manage to get 4 keys PKing, but to be honest with you, just using Flames of Zamorak, which was my only means of DPS, meant that I was kind of at a disadvantage. I decided I would go to Iron and Steel Dragons to see if I could make myself some money, and I actually managed to get some rune limbs on my first Steel Dragon kill, which was insane. They sold for 70,000 GP, which at this point in the game to me was worth a hell of a lot. After that, I decided I would do the Family Crest quest because I wanted to get myself the Chaos Gauntlets. And for those of you that don't know, Chaos Gauntlets basically increase your damage with a Chaos Bolt, meaning that when I go to the Steel Dragons, I can hit an extra 3 damage, meaning that my max hit is now a 15 instead of a 12. So that is pretty much everything which happened on day 1. I am currently and still to this moment killing myself Iron and Steel Dragons in hopes of getting myself some decent drops. I feel like if I stay here long enough, I'm going to end up getting a hell of a lot of Mage XP anyways, and on top of that, there's always the chance of getting myself either the Dragon Plate Skirt or the Dragon Legs, which God knows how much those things are going to cost, considering they are going to be the best in slot tank legs. So there you have it, guys. Deadman Mode Seasonal Day 1. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video today. Believe me when I say there will be a lot more content coming your way revolving around Deadman Mode. I plan on spending 95% of my time actually PKing. That's what I'm looking forward to the most this season. And with that being said, guys, I'm going to end the video here. Make sure if you enjoyed today's video, you leave it a thumbs up. If you like Deadman Mode content, let me know down in the comments. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you very soon.